Other matchups on the top table, we have Ralph Betesh on lands. He's playing against Noah Walker's Grixis Delver. And Dylan Donegan's on Mardu Vehicles this weekend. He's playing against John Rosum's Black-Green Constrictor deck.
That should be a pretty fast one.
Yeah, we saw that one earlier, actually. Last time we had John Rosum playing. He did manage to win it in 3, but it looked very close.
Mm-hmm. I generally like the Jeskai side of this matchup.
You know, Jeskai has both been a popular choice this weekend, and as far as matchups-wise, it's looked really good on camera.
Mm-hmm.
See turn 1 Serum Visions from Ben. You know, some of the top decks we see people playing, we're seeing a lot of Burn, we're seeing a lot of Affinity, even something like Humans. I'd take Jeskai against any of those.
Kind of the two weaknesses for Jeskai are that Lightning Helix doesn't terminate, and Electrolyze often doesn't kill anything. In matchups where Lightning Helix plays and where Electrolyze can be a 2-for-1, those are some of Jeskai's best matchups.
Turn 1 goes by for Zan. No Aether Vial, just a Seachrome Coast. Second land for Nikolich. So, despite no Aether Vial, Zan's not going to get too much counter spell happening here. Cavern of Souls set to Human.
When we talk about cards that vary from matchup to matchup, Zan's casting Meddling Mage. It is at its worst against these all-removal spell decks.
Yeah, you want to name Lightning Helix, Lightning Bolt.
When you get into turn 4 or 5, you just always name Snapcaster Mage. You just hope to cheese them with the turn 2 Meddling Mage.
Yeah. Well, it didn't get Helix at the end of the step, so I wonder whether Zan actually passed. He named Lightning Bolt, not Helix.
Okay, just some patience by Benjamin here.
Sure.
You'd probably prefer to Helix something like a Mantis Rider because Snapcaster Mage can catch Meddling Mage in combat.
Okay. 2 damage. Ben Nikolich going down to 16. He's taking some extra damage here, just holding on to that Lightning Helix.
Also looks like Nikolich has drawn a lot of lands.
Okay.
So it'll be important to Helix something that's actually good.
Just a Reflector Mage.
And he just has a Supreme Verdict in his hand.
Sure, why? I like that. I'll be able to get the 2-for-1. 2 copies of Supreme Verdict in the main for Ben Nikolich. This will get him a 2-for-1.
Nice draw step for Nikolich. A Path to Exile was picked up.
Yeah, I like these heavy removal spell decks right now. You know, Supreme Verdicting and getting to untap with a Path and a Lightning Helix sounds great.
Yep. Also, just Supreme Verdict and Snapcaster Mage decks is really nice.
Yeah.
Frequently, you just get to do it again.
Both creatures down. Back to Zan. He has to reload. And yeah, he's got Mantis right here. That's good. I'm not liking Kessig Malcontents.
Yeah, he has that one in his hand. It's not great.
3 damage off Mantis Rider sends Ben down to 12.
It is a card that has been showing up in a lot of sideboards, and in matchups where the ground gets kind of gummed down or you just want to go very fast, it does make sense.
Yeah, Ben passes, but here's the issue. Ben drew one of his main deck copies of Electrolyze. It's so... Zan's exposing to that card.
Yes. 3-1 for 3 versus Electrolyze. Not great. Sometimes Cavern of Souls can be good against these blue X decks. And he has it, so he can't get Cryptic Command, but Nikolich has just drawn removal spells.
There's another Mantis Rider.
You can't Electrolyze that one down, so that's kind of nice.
No, he has a Helix and Path here. At least a Lightning Helix gets 1 Mantis Rider. Ben's back up to 15. We'll see if he drops back to 12 or whether he shoots a Path off as well. And might as well. This is about the biggest the creatures get out of Zan's deck, so gets rid of both, stays at 15, gives Zan another land.
Right. Yeah, barring going off with Champion of the Parish and Thalia's Lieutenant, 3 Mantis Rider, top of the curve.
And so now all really that's missing for Ben is a late game play. He's looking for one of his 4 copies of Cryptic Command, his 1 Nahiri, his 1 Secure the Wastes, his 1 Sphinx's Revelation, or even the Torrential Gearhulk would work.
Mm-hmm. And you get to this stage in the game, though, you're not in a particular rush. Zan just has nothing going on.
Yeah. Zan, I believe, 2 cards left. One of them's Kessig Malcontents, which Ben has covered with the Electrolyze.
Mm-hmm. He also just has it covered with his Celestial Colonnade.
Yeah, he's at 14. He's making it to land number 6, it looks like. A tough matchup for the Humans deck.
Yeah, and Zan just has 2 untapped lands, and he's passing here.
It says go Snapcaster Mage, Logic Knot, and Electrolyze left in Nikolich's hand.
The Logic Knot was a blank draw because of the Cavern of Souls, most likely.
Yeah, actually, it's Aether Vial is the only non-creature spell.
And it's a double Cavern here for Zan, so even if he's 2 spelling.
Casting Malcontents, that will, a 3 on it will deal 1.
Theoretically, if it survives.
Yeah, Ben can actually just kill it with the trigger on the stack and take 0 if he'd like.
He doesn't, because he thinks he might get another creature to kill.
That's a pretty big show of confidence. Here we go. Electrolyze 1 and 1. Zan down to 19. Ben removes the 3-drop and draws a card. Says go. Path. And I think another Electrolyze picked up.
So just a 2-for-1, not a 3-for-1 without Electrolyze. Still pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, Ben's hand is just more, or Zan's hand is just more lands.
Even if it was more humans, he'd still be in trouble.
Ben will keep drawing. Here's Flooded Strand, says go. And outside those Malcontents, there's not even that much burn. See, Ben's not having, there's not that much reach he has to play around.
Yeah, it's really Mantis Rider Malcontents as ways to get in chip shots immediately.
Champion of the Parish from Zan. Snapcaster Electrolyze. This is disgusting. He's just playing removal spells that draw cards every turn. That's really great.
Yeah. Yeah, well, now with this 2-1 in play, I think it's fair to say that Nikolich has turned the corner.
Yeah. Yep.
You're on notice, Zan. You have 9 turns.
I knew another Logic Knot. Well, he's got the Colonnade.
Yeah.
He'll swing for 2 right now.
He won't be activating that for a minute.
I believe Zan's hand is a land, a Phantasmal Image, and now he picked up a Noble Hierarch.
Great.
There's so much. These. Oh, look, another Electrolyze in Ben's hand. He's not even gonna cast it.
It's just a 0-1. Can't even block Snapcaster Mage.
Now Ben's hand's somewhat dead here. He's got 2 Logic Knots and a Spell Snare.
Yeah, those cards aren't great. Electrolyze is. The Colonnade also still technically functioning as a removal
Champion
spell.
of the Parish. Great time for Electrolyze.
I feel a 3-for-1 coming on.
Boom, boom, draw. Okay, yeah, Zan's. He's had enough. That's good.
I was playing a match with Grixis Control against humans, and after I kill spelled their 9th creature, my opponent said, "Yeah, I'm still kind of trying to figure out what your deck does."
You're like, what do you mean?
I've shown you 9 times what my deck does.
Does he mean he wants to know how you're gonna win?
I think so.
Okay. Does it matter?
No, it does not matter.
You should just be like Grave Titan, and he'd be like, really? And he'd be like, it's gonna beat you.
Can you do anything about that?
All right, so game 1 goes to Ben Nikolich. We're gonna switch that one around as much as we would have liked to seen Zan put that together. We'll be back with game number 2 of their match in just a minute.
Go. Go.
So going to game number 2 here in Modern. Actually, game number 2 is across the board as well. Ben Nikolich's teammates, both Ralph Betesh and John Rosum, winning their game 1s too.
A sweep. We'll see if Walker, Syed, Donegan, your pick to win the tournament, can rally.
Yeah, they certainly are behind on this one. We'll take a look at Zan's sideboard. It does have better cards, at least for this matchup. 4 Kite Sail Freebooter. Those are normally in the main, and Zan has switched them to the sideboard here. 2 Chalice of the Void, 2 Dismember, 2 Graph Digger's Cage, 2 Izzet Staticaster, a Mirran Crusader, a Vithian Renegades, and a Zathrid Necromancer.
So Zan will get a chance to correct that configuration, put these freebooters into the deck for the sideboarded games.
Yeah, but get the Malcontents out of here. Those seem horrible.
The best sideboard card he has available for this matchup is Zathrid Necromancer. Kind of demands a path to exile, or if there were an Anger of the Gods, but it looks like Nikolich has not registered that one. Detention Sphere looks like in the sideboard, so that one demands specific answers.
Yeah.
I do kind of like Chalice of the Void here.
What number are you looking to set it on?
1.
Okay.
He just caverns or has already cast any 1-drops in his hand. Turned off Lightning Bolt, Serum Visions, Path to Exile.
Yeah. All things said, I'm still not a huge fan of Zan in this matchup, even after the sideboard, though.
Yep, I agree.
On Ben Nikolich's side, 3 Dispel, 2 Ruined Halo, 2 Celestial Purge, 2 Vendilion Click, a Negate, a 2nd Supreme Verdict, a Wear Tear, an Engineered Explosives, a Detention Sphere, and an Elspeth Sun's Champion.
So sweeper kind of things. The Engineered Explosives, Supreme Verdict, those play pretty well here. There's an argument for Celestial Purge. Answer is Freebooter and certainly Mantis Rider. It can miss sometimes, but I think it's good enough to play. The Tension Sphere is fine.
Yeah, you got to get away from these, anything that counters a spell. Logic
Right.
not, Spell Snare, just no, those aren't going to play.
And Rune Halo can range from all right to really good.
What's it really, when would it be really good?
When they have like a 7/7 champion of the parish.
Okay. I could see that. Zan will be on the play here. It's an interesting matchup. I'm not even sure that he wants Aether Vial in this kind of match because he's getting removal spelled out of the game. Aether Vial is not a creature.
Can feel like a mulligan. That
Right.
much is true.
Noble Hierarch starting out for Zan.
Off of Ancient Ziggurat, which means that there couldn't be a turn 2 Chalice. Unclear if he's brought it in at this point.
Are we still seeing Kessig Malcontents? I think we have a red card in Zan's hand.
Hey, if there's a red card, it's going to be that one.
Yeah, Cavern of Souls, that is Malcontents. It deals 2 damage. I mean,
And he can attack for 4 next turn.
Man, I'm just having memories of game 1. I look at Zan's board and I'm just thinking, oh man, Electrolyze alert.
Can't even happen for 2 turns.
Some lands here for Nikolich. 2 Lightning Helixes.
Looks like he has some decisions based on taking damage off of fetch lands, shock lands. When Celestial Colonnade, I think he has a 2nd copy of that. It's going to enter the battlefield tap. Do I want a Lightning Helix now? Or
I believe it has Ruined Halo, 2 Helixes, and a Supreme Verdict. So it's really just lining up removal spells. He's going to cast the Ruined Halo. I assume naming Kessig Malcontents.
That'd be a good name. Yeah, points right at it. Now, when you see the main deck Malcontents, and it just happens turn 2 here, probably feel like there might be a lot of those.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree with that. You have to figure, if you haven't talked to their player, what would you think they'd cut for them?
So the recent innovation, it's usually when there's a new card introduced to a deck, that's generally assumed to be the flex slot. So I would think off the top of my head, maybe he's not playing Phantasmal Image, but he is, and it does a card that does play very well with Kessig Malcontents. I probably wouldn't have guessed Kite Sail Freebooter.
Yeah, that was what I was getting at. Freebooter to me seems like one of the reasons to play the deck.
Reflector Mage is the kind of card where it's bad in a lot of game ones, but there's still 4 of those in this main deck. And also, those are 2 3-mana cards.
Here's Kitesail Freebooter. You can get a look here. We'll see Steam Vent, Scalding Tarn, Search for Escanta, Supreme Verdict, and 2 Lightning Helixes.
Yeah, that's something about these heavy removal spell decks. They're tough to Mesmeric Fiend.
Yeah, I mean, I feel that you have to just take the Supreme Verdict here.
Yes. Yeah,
otherwise, he'll cast it.
Exactly. If you just take Lightning Helix and the Verdict can get their Helixes back. If they have to Helix down, then the Supreme Verdict's not also killing the Freebooter.
Malcontent's kind of already removed on this board state thanks to Ruined Halo.
Yep.
Because Ben has a cleared path to the Supreme Verdict, you see lands 3 and 4 there. Makes sense to take it. He doesn't actually have red mana, though. He can't just, tap land and Lightning Helix. He'd have to do some more damage.
Yeah. Taking 2 to gain 3 is not the worst exchange, especially with double Helix available. Zan's actually going to reach for Lightning Helix.
Okay.
I think it probably, because of what you're saying, it'll take some damage to cast one on the following turn. And he just has a Phantasmal Image, so he's going to take both Lightning Helix. This will allow him to chip in for some damage. If he has, I suppose, because of the Ruined Halo, he can't meaningfully convert more copies of Malcontents or Phantasmal Image on Malcontents. So this is only going to get Zan in for a couple points of damage before that Supreme Verdict comes down.
Draw was Celestial Purge from Nikolich, so yes, that came in out of the sideboard.
It's a good draw. Zan could be setting up to Meddling Mage Supreme Verdict.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's no way Zan's making this play if he doesn't have the Supreme Verdict covered.
I think a 3rd Freebooter's in the holdings.
Did he draw it? He just drew it, though, didn't he?
Yeah.
That can't be right. There's no way he said, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take all your Lightning Helixes, and then I got one draw step, and it's going to be Meddling Mage, or it's going to be Freebooter. No way.
Or another Phantasmal Image. I mean, it's still slim.
And if I don't draw it, I lose immediately.
It's a bad enough matchup where I understand throwing a Hail Mary.
Okay.
Nikolich has way more draws out of this, though, than Zan has draws into this.
Yeah, but there's a Celestial Purge, so it doesn't even... Look, there's this chain reaction that's set off where Ben, even if you take the Supreme Verdict, Ben purges the Freebooter, gets back the Lightning Helix, Helixes the Freebooter, gets back the... Like, this is all still bad.
And Noah Walker was looking on briefly. He lost interest pretty quick, I think.
It's just like, it's like, oh, how's the play? And never mind.
Oh, you're losing to Jeskai again? All right.
I would probably in Zan's spot then just complain and be like, how was I supposed to know he had so much removal?
He just drew so many removal spells.
He just keeps drawing kill spells.
He just never bricks.
This whole deck.
Can I just have my Jeskai opponent draw 9 lands one time?
Yeah, head and hands. I get it. There's no way you're not getting verdicted this turn, Zan. Now, I think if he takes it this way, at least he'll get the Celestial Purge too.
Yes.
So that means this is probably correct.
Yeah. I'm definitely on board for taking the verdict here.
But I mean, Ben's going to just Celestial Purge that new Freebooter and then go verdict to the board anyway.
Yes.
Gets 2 Lightning Helixes back. Yeah, it's pretty good. A swing for 2. Ben goes to 15. Exalts thanks to Noble Hierarch. Yeah. Takes back the Supreme Verdict.
So he goes for the Purge to get the verdict back, but it's not even clear
that he needs
that Ben had to do that. He could have just gone down the line, Purge that one, Helix that one, Helix that one. I still have Supreme Verdict in my hand.
You know what I want to see him do here? Is instead of, and he's not going to do it, he's going to cast Supreme Verdict. What if instead of that, he just plays the fetch land, plays Search for Escanta, and says go?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't need to yet.
Yeah, I'll take 2 again. Your turn.
I mean, I guess then if Zan draws Meddling Mage, you lose. That's why it's the wrong play.
Yeah.
But like, what a I like the style behind that. I just feel like, yeah, your cards don't even deal damage yet.
Yeah. Well, I get 2 looks with the search, so I'll probably hit.
Noble Hierarch and Thalia's Lieutenant from Zan. It says go. That last card in hand is a Mantis Rider. And remember, Ben got both those Lightning Helixes back, so he's got Search for Azcanta, 2 Lightning Helixes in hand.
And because 2 basic islands, you can't cast both Helix this turn, so the search is going to come down. Doesn't even really need to cast double Helix this turn. Still at 14 life, so no real life total concerns just yet.
A land picked up for Zan. This looks like a Cavern of Souls. That's not going to do much.
The modern Masters Cavern of Souls always throws me a little bit, because it looks more like a gold card than other lands.
I keep thinking it's Tide Hollow Sculler when I look at it, actually. And I'm like, their deck doesn't play that.
Right, that's
it's
a zombie.
It's a robo-zombie. So here's all of Zan's cards. Mantis Rider, Thalia's Lieutenant, Noble Hierarch, all swinging.
Gotta be a Helix on the Mantis Rider. It's just the biggest creature.
Sure.
I mean, you could look at the other ones, but the Mantis Rider, it's going to save the most damage. You still have the Helix for the other ones.
He'll Helix the Mantis Rider, so Ben goes up to 17, takes 3, down to 14 again.
Going to be a wash.
Yeah. That's a good attack.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a bad attack.
No, it's the only attack. I'm saying,
Yeah,
boy,
yeah,
this is good. It's a good matchup for humans.
Yeah.
Stack of Lightning Helixes.
So Rosum has been playing this humans deck recently. Jonathan Rosum, our standard player here. He previously was a Jeskai aficionado, and he started playing humans. And he's like tweeting these pictures of winning this matchup on the human side, and I think that he just like manufactured these games. I think he just played against one of his friends and lied about it.
Another Supreme Verdict. So now Zan's out of cards. Ben scried a Electrolyze to the top, which.
Well, you know, Zan gets to redraw off this Horizon Canopy, so it's not over yet.
Zan, I drew an Aether Vial.
Yeah.
Great. Oh, we'll try it again. Here's another Horizon Canopy. He drew something that he can't cast. All right, search for Azcanta. Not going to mill, but he'll flip it. Draw an Electrolyze. Got Electrolyze Lightning Helix. Says go.
Just to start getting extra cards off of this Azcanta.
Sure. Thalia, the pickup for Zan. That's a great target for Electrolyze.
It's right on time.
Aether Vial from Zan.
This is good sequencing. You don't want to have to pay 2 for the
Thalia,
vial.
yeah, all right. So Ben's hand is Helix, Snapcaster, and Electrolyze. Very nice. Okay, 4 mana. We'll start removing the creatures while drawing cards. Saw that one last game. It worked then too.
2 for 1, the destroy your only creature is still pretty good.
And we'll say go.
All right, modern classic players. Welcome.
I'm not
to
sure.
the third round.
We talked
50
this
minutes,
weekend on
and
SCG,
you may begin
the
when
premium side of SCG, but whether or not
off.
humans was the deck to beat this weekend. So, if it was the deck to beat, Ben Nikolich has really done it.
Yeah.
I don't want to play this matchup from the human side.
Not
I'm
at
off
all.
It. Here's Zathrid Necromancer. Of course, we can Snapcast a Celestial Purge at it if we really care.
Yeah, and even this matchup where you only have the Necromancer, the exchange where you Electrolyze it and then just kill the zombie token is just a 1-for-1.
Yep. Well, we found an Electrolyze off Azcanta. So there's that. He'll path it. Nice. Clean answer.
Yep.
That's another removal spell that drew a card because of Azcanta. It's just... They're going to keep trading, and Ben's going to keep having more cards in hand. Draws Detention Sphere.
Yeah, trade is a little bit generous for what Zan is doing.
At some point, Ben will hit him with a Colonnade.
Don't expect that to happen anytime soon. I'm just going to throw that out there. Ben's going to take his time.
I'd probably just never hit him with the Colonnade.
Ben's got nowhere to be.
I'd say my point, I'm enjoying this game. Yeah, Zan's done. So handshake. Ben Nikolich takes the match here in Modern. So 4 games to 0. And I've known this one from getting my butt kicked in team drafts before, that 5-0 is the term for the perfect sweep. And they're almost there. All 4 games are going to have to be won by the Lotus Box players. So we're going to move over to Standard. Dylan Donegan on Mardu Vehicles. He's going to try to stop this winning streak. John Rosum's team looking for their 9th consecutive win.
That's a lot of wins in a row.
That is a lot of wins. And over here.
Well, all right. Good game.
That's going to be it. John Rosum's sweep is complete. 2-0 here. John Rosum defeats Dylan Donegan. And what? Okay, so actually, it was the Legacy match that had finished, and that's why they shook hands.
Sure.
That game's not even clear what's happening there.
That made sense. That was a mess.
That was a mess. What a dominant show.